Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you survived today. Today was an interesting day on the market, so we're definitely seeing some bearish signs and lots of uncertainty going on. And if you were following the top 7 and others, then you would have had a 1.178% loss today. I was able to pull out a 2.53% gain. I'll explain how I was able to do that here in just a little bit. Definitely the market is showing some bearish signals. Just lots of stuff going on with the stimulus, the election. Investors are a little uneasy right now. So if we get a stimulus that can turn around in a second, so you don't want to be completely out of the market and miss out on that initial move. But if that doesn't happen and we don't get a stimulus right now, that could also be disastrous going the other way. So I am holding a lot of money as cash available right now, and I recommend that you do the same. So any stocks that I go into and that I'm recommending, I want you to know that I don't have very much of my portfolio in it right now. I am right around 60% cash right now. And that is just because of the uneasiness of the market. Now, if we get a stimulus deal, bam, I'm in. I'm going to get in right away. I'm going to be watching that very closely. I suggest that you watch the news headlines also. I'm also going to be doing a lot of day trading. So when the market is like this, day trading is extremely lucrative. And so you don't want to miss out on those opportunities. Month to date, you should be at a 5.112% gain with the loss that was recorded today. The Dow Jones Industrial in that same time frame is at 1.47% gain. So we are still beating the market. So that is something to kind of keep in mind. Year to date, I am at a 557% gain. So of course I'm happy about that. Day trades today. Today I day traded MTP, CCNC, and BIMI. So I was able to trade those three for an overall gain of 35%. So I started off with MTP and I got a 6.3% gain. And then I went to CCNC and had a 4.7% loss. And then BIMI and had a 31.6% gain. So that's a breakdown of what I had for today. I like to use Webull for my intraday trading. And the reason why I do is because I can trade as early as 3 a.m. in the morning and as late as 7 p.m. at night. And I also love how friendly they are to traders and their scanners and everything that they have. If you're looking for a powerful broker, please check them out in the description down below. Also, if you could hit that most amazing and wonderful like button, it definitely helps out the channel and helps the algorithm. So I very much appreciate that. So I have some sales to report from the top 7 list. The first one I sold was SELB, and this was a great investment over 3 days, definitely. I was able to sell it for a 14.7% gain. Hopefully you got great gains out of that stock also. It did move down pretty heavy today, and if you didn't know I was selling it, I think a lot of the followers and different people with the Patreon group sold it also, and so it went down quite a bit. That's just going to happen. That was a lower volume stock. Okay, so the next was WORK. Sold it for a 4.2% gain. Thank you, ARK Invest, for investing, and I just followed the transaction to the conclusion, and so that worked out really, really well. And then I sold SPPI, Spectrum Pharma, today for an 8.7% loss. That stock just was not running. So it was a PDUFA run up that just wasn't moving. And so I felt it was important to get out of it. So I have a lot of people who ask me this question all the time, and I've never answered it in a video, but I have a lot of people ask, how much money would one person need to trade for a living? Okay, trading for a living is a lonely task, definitely. I would say twice as much as you would need in an average month. So let's say to get by, your family needs $7,000 a month, or you individually need $7,000 a month. I would say that you need to be averaging $14,000 gain every month as an average for 6 months before I would even think about or consider leaving a job to do trading full time. Because it can be a rocky business. You have to have strategies in place that you can count on, that you know, okay, these strategies work this percentage of the time. And that is the one thing that you really, really need. So like the insider swing play for me has been extremely good over a long period of time. Following the money picks, we're going to see, but I expect that to be very good. The PDUFA run-up plays, I know they've been awful lately, but those have been great over a long period of time. The analyst upgrade play, those have been great over a long period of time. And so even though lately the market has been tough, it's about the averages and what you can average. All right, let's get to this top 7 list because we have so many stocks to cover. There are 12 stocks total that I'm covering at the moment. So let's start with the others. So these are stocks that I own that I plan on holding. And right now I have mostly cash. And that's just to protect myself because the market is really volatile with everything that's going on. So let's start with KALA. This is Kala Pharma. On Monday, it finished up 1 1.12%. My average in it's $8.34. And of course, FLSY, I've been talking about this for a long time. It's a dry eye disease drug, and they are coming up for PDUFA date approval on October 30th. Analysts have an average target on the stock of $20.80. And so I think this will move up, and I really do think this will have a run up. The next is STTK. STTK, this is an insider swing play, and on Monday it finished up 1.70%. My average in it's $19.82. Jeremy Grease, a director, bought $67 million worth of shares in open market. Very bullish transaction, definitely. And this is a newer stock, so this is a recent IPO, and it's been moving up nicely for us. So if you've had this since the time it's been recommended on the list, you are up in it probably around 4 or 5%. You know, hey, an investment for what, 2 days it's been so far? But that's pretty good. I would take that all the time. So the next is ACCD. This is Accolade, and this stock has not really been performing yet, but I think there's some pop left in it. On Monday it finished down 0.72%. My average in it's $41.53, and this is a recent IPO, and it's really been on fire. And also the ARK funds, Kathy and her team have been loading up on this stock also. The next is Pure Storage, PSTG. On Monday it finished up 0.77%, so just a small amount. My average in it's $17.97, and it's had recent insider activity. If you remember, this was covered on our list, but ARK has been buying stock on this also, and so this is a stock I think that can do very, very well. All right, the last that's not in the top 7 is Raven Industries, RAVN. On Monday it finished down 1.81%. My average in it's $25.84, and they have recently showcased their autonomous farm machinery. Very, very interesting. Some really cool stuff going on. This is a very revolutionary company for sure. And the ARK funds have been buying up on this stock, and I agree that this is a great value. And I think this is a great growth stock that's going to do well in the future. All right, now for the top 7. Here we go. Number 7 is GWRE. This is Guidewire Software. On Monday, it finished down 2.12%. My average in it's 104.98. But recent $200 million buyback program announced, and ARK funds is buying up this one also. So this is another follow the money pick. And so I think that this one is going to do well. Number 6, PLTR. On Monday finished down 1.44%. My average in it's $9.90. And this is Palantir Tech. And they have brand new contracts and other things kind of going on that should move this upwards. ARK is buying up shares on this also. This is a good stock, and I think it's got a lot of possibility to it. It's going to do very well. Number 5, here we go. We're just moving right along. Number 5 is ICE, and this is Intercontinental Exchange. On Monday, this finished down 2.81%. My average in it's $104.23 a share. ARK is buying up shares on this one also, and tonight, Monday night, they bought more shares, and so that resets the clock as far as I'm concerned, and so I'm looking for Intercontinental Exchange to really move upwards, and it should be great. All right, the next, number 4 is Ionis Pharma, IONS. On Monday, it finished up 0.15%. My average in it is $49.47. They are in development for a COVID treatment. This is happening in Brazil, and so this should be really, really good. And ARK has been buying up shares on this one also. So there's something good going on here, and I think that this one's going to do great. Number 3 is CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines. And you might be, what? Carnival Cruise Lines? Well, this is an insider swing play, and so I like this one. It finished up 0.50% on Monday. My average in it's $13.99. And Richard Glazier bought up shares, and so it was a very bullish transaction. And this one has more room to run. Definitely, it's way undervalued, I think, where it's at, but with everything that's going on in the world has really held it back. But a stimulus deal would really help it out. So I think Carnival Cruise Lines should do well. Number 2, FSLY, and this one has been really beaten down. It's really too bad. This is Fastly. It's highly undervalued in my opinion. ARK bought more shares on Monday, and so this has been quite a few days in a row that they've been buying up shares on this. On Monday, it finished down 1.38%. My average in it's $87.83. And I think once the economy turns around here, that this is going to shoot upwards. It is due for a correction. Number 1 Number one is DOYU. On Monday, it finished up 3.93%. I think the reason why it's starting to surge now is people are starting to pay attention because it's been 3 days in a row that ARK has been buying up shares. And also on Monday night tonight, more shares were reported from ARK funds. And so I'm expecting this one to move up again, it being Monday night. And so that should be a great stock also. I appreciate all of your support so much. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos is out. I know this has been challenging. This last couple of weeks has not been good. I know that there are lots of bearish signs definitely in the market, but it can turn quickly. I recommend keeping that cash on its side until you hear some good news and you see the market start to turn around and go upwards again. I think it will happen shortly. It's just a minor correction. We have the election coming up. The next couple of weeks might be tough, but I do know that over time, I am a bullish type of investor. I believe the market's going to go up, and it has always done well for me. And the market does eventually just always go up. Try not to panic. Stick with it. Let's have a great day tomorrow. Hopefully a lot better, and Raythoven out.